Hey there guys, Zach here for Windows Central and welcome back to another video. Now today we're taking a look at Windows Mixed Reality. This is a new feature coming in the Full Creators Update that brings with it an entire new experience and way of using your PC. So for those who don't know, Windows Mixed Reality is a platform for VR and AR, virtual reality and augmented reality. So today we're taking a look at Windows Mixed Reality through a VR headset. Specifically we're taking a look through the HP Mixed Reality headset. There are plenty of others to choose from, but we're using the HP one here today. So in this video we're just going to take a look at the virtual experience and how it works with Windows Mixed Reality wearing a dedicated VR headset. So there's two options to choose from when we're setting up for the first time. We have the all experiences option, which is recommended, or the seated and standing option. So these two options are important. So the first option, the all experiences option, is the best one because that allows you to walk around in the real world whilst wearing the VR headset, which kind of gives you a more immersive experience. Now, it does require at least 1.5 meters by 2 meters of clear space. So if you are in a small room and don't have that room, then you will want to choose the second option. We'll take a look at both. Let's take a look at the recommended option first though, because the setup experience is a little more complicated. So what we want to do is select recommended, select next here. And now what we need to do is center our headset with our monitor. And then we need to trace a boundary for Windows Mixed Reality. Now what this will do is tell Windows when I'm getting too close to the edge of the space I have in the real world, it will throw up a virtual barrier telling me to not go there anymore, otherwise I will walk into a wall or something. So let's trace this here. Make sure I'm keeping the Mixed Reality headset pointed at the monitor at all times. There you go, I've now created my boundary. All I need to do now is select accept. And I'm now ready to go in Windows Mixed Reality. So this is the virtual environment. As you can see, that boundary I just created is warning me that when I get too close to something, it will pull up sort of this line here and say, hey, be careful, you're about to walk into a wall or something. So let's step back and make sure we're not anywhere near anything dangerous. So this is Windows Mixed Reality. This is the virtual environment you'll be using to use Windows Mixed Reality apps and Windows 10 apps with a VR headset. So as you can see, there's things pinned all over the walls here. If I look around behind me, there's an entire virtual environment for me to play in. I can even get up onto the roof if I want to. Now you may be wondering, how do you control yourself in virtual reality? Because I've only got 2 meters to walk around and this house is clearly bigger than 2 meters. Well, that's where mixed reality controllers come in. You can either use dedicated mixed reality controllers to point around things, which will allow you to move around, much like on an Oculus Rift or a HTC Vive. But they're not out yet, so I don't have them on me today. What I do have, however, is an Xbox One controller. You could use gaming controllers and mouse and keyboard if you really want to move around in the virtual reality environment as well. So now, of course, you can't see the controller in virtual reality, and that's because you know, it's in the real world and it's not tracking the controller. So you need to know where all the buttons are. If you don't, then you might want to memorize them. But to move around, I simply have to use the left stick and push forwards. Then I have to sort of just look where I want to go and then let go and I will move. So for those who haven't messed with virtual reality before, be aware that this is a very immersive experience. If I stand on the edge of this corner, for example, it does feel like I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, and if I take any further steps, I will fall off it. If you're scared of heights, I would not try this because it will make you feel like you're about to fall off something here, and we are very high. Okay, I'm going to say we're not on Earth in this virtual world. This definitely doesn't seem like planet Earth, considering there are floating islands in the distance. So we can actually get on the roof as well, if I try. Oh, no, let's go over here instead. Let's climb up here. There we go. I'm now on the roof. And I can do some other things up here as well, which is really quite nice. I can launch Cortana, and of course, this is all voice activated as well. So if I just say, hey Cortana, what's the weather like today?
The forecast shows partly sunny skies with a high of 17 and a low of 12.
And it brings me to the standard Cortana UI, which looks pretty funny. So you can see here, this is actually quite a big house. There's a few rooms to sort of explore. Let's go down into the cinema room first. So this is the Windows cinema room, I guess. That's what I'm calling it. But it's got the movies and TV app pinned by default. And what this allows you to do is just watch movies in the virtual reality environment. So if you actually sit down on this virtual chair here and launch the app. To select things, you want to press A on the controller. And let's begin playing a video. And there we are, we're now playing a video within the mixed reality world. And now since I'm wearing a virtual headset, this window actually looks like a full-size cinema display. So to look around, I have to physically move my head, which is really quite surreal. It's a very odd experience for those who may have not used virtual reality before. So of course, since this is Windows, I can multitask and do other things at the same time. If I really wanted to, I could just sort of leave the room and have the video keep playing. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open a couple more apps in here whilst I'm watching this video, so I can watch the video and do other things at the same time. So all I need to do here is press on the Start button or the Guide button on the Xbox controller, and that will bring me to the Windows 10 Start Experience. Now, if you've used a HoloLens before, you may recognise this UI. This is the same Start Experience you can find on HoloLens, and that's because HoloLens is also part of Windows Mixed Reality. So let's take a look here. I can now launch apps if I want to. I can go to my all apps list here. Let's open up, for example, let's open, where is Twitter? There's Twitter. And I can now pin this to the wall over there. And now Twitter's running in on the right whilst I'm also watching this video. I can also move this if I want to. And now that's a bit more in my peripheral. Let's open up another app. Let's open up Edge, for example. Let's put Edge there. I can now begin browsing the web. Let's go to my favourite website, Windows Central. And there's Windows Central. I'm now browsing the web in virtual reality. And as you can see here, I'm actually physically having to look around to see all of these windows. This is a huge room in virtual reality, which on YouTube may not be coming across, but if you're wearing a virtual reality headset, you do feel like you're in this huge room and looking at things at a distance. The Twitter app here seems like it's really far away from me. I would have to physically move to get over to it to tap on things if this was a real life environment. So luckily it's not. I can actually move this forwards if I want to. I can bring it really close to me. And this is hard to describe, but this is very, this is kind of scary. I've never seen a Windows 10 app so huge in my life. Wow. But yeah, I can now really light things up close and personal. Heroes and Peter Wild. That's a really... This is just silly, this is. Right, let's push this back because it's just silly. Right, so let's put it over there. I can actually bring this forward because I actually can't see some of the text on here. I can click on an article here. The Windows 10 Mobile Full Creators Update changelog. Let's take a look at what's new in here. Lots of changelogs for Windows 10 Mobile. How fantastic. Yes. Right, let's close these out. Let's take a look at some other things. Goodbye. Let's play a game. Yes, in Windows Mixed Reality, you can play Windows 10 games in your VR experience. And later down the line, Steam VR titles will be supported with Windows Mixed Reality as well, which is very exciting. Today, however, they're not supported, so I can't show that to you. So let's launch Minecraft. Very simple game. Let's actually make it a bit bigger as well, because why not? Let's give ourselves like a 40-inch... That's 60-inch 60-inch display to play on. Oh, how do I go back? There we go, play. Let's go into my survival world. And now I'm playing Minecraft in virtual reality. This is really kind of insane. So I can obviously look around the virtual reality as well and have the game still playing in the background. If I want to, I can get up close to it so I can see things in detail if I want to, or I can unhip from here. I think I can stand behind it if I really want to. So that's what it looks like behind the... I can also like just experience the app from odd angles. So this is the game still, but now I'm looking at it from this odd angle instead. So yeah, this is a really, this is a crazy sort of experience. If you've never used virtual reality before, this will be very different for you. This will be very immersive. And if you suffer from motion sickness, you will need to take breaks regularly because you may start feeling a little bit ill after a little while. There's this button here that gets rid of the walls, which I think is really quite nice. That looks fantastic. So we've taken a look at a bunch of Windows 10 apps in virtual reality, and they look pretty cool. I can walk around them. Some of the apps even support 3D objects. So let's pin holograms here and pull in some 3D objects into the virtual world. Let's bring in a sofa here. I've now brought the sofa in. Let's resize it. Bring it closer. And this is a full-on 3D object which I can walk around if I want to. I can get on the floor, for example, and take a look underneath the sofa if I really want to. It's a proper 3D object in the virtual world, which is really quite insane. Let's get rid of it for now. There's plenty of them to choose from, so you can actually, if you want to, furnish the virtual house any way you like. I can have different sofas in different places, different bits of art on the wall. What's this? It's a ring. I guess that's cool. I want to stand in the middle of the ring. Yay! Alright, now let's get rid of this. Go away. There's plenty to choose from here. You can even add labels. So if we want to say LOL. So we can add text to the place as well if we want to. We can change the font and the colour. We can add that and put that on the shelf over here. LOL. Now, let's actually get closer to that. There's the word LOL in the virtual reality environment. Fantastic. So there are also 3D immersive apps as well. So if we go into all apps here and launch, actually let's launch HoloTour. So as you can see, this app is slightly different from the other apps we've taken a look at. This app actually puts us in an immersive environment that takes us away from the virtual reality house we were just in and into its own sort of area. So in just a sec, you'll see that I'm now launching into space, which will be kind of odd. There we go.
Welcome to HoloTour, the experience where you get to travel without limits. My name's Melissa, and I'll be your personal tour guide. Get ready to explore one of the most ancient and beautiful cities on the planet.
Let's see what Rome's all about, eh? So what this app basically is, it sort of teaches you about environments and locations in the world.
It's the Piazza Navona, a place where Roman artists have gathered for centuries. Ciao is how you say hi in Italian. Go ahead, give it a try.
Ciao.
Perfect. You'd fit right in. In fact, rather than just staring at this painting, let's go see Rome in real life.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Feast your eyes. We're actually standing in Piazza Navona in Rome, a city that's been home to emperors and artists, popes and gladiators, and, as you can see, lots and lots of tourists.
So we're not exactly going to be paying much attention to the narrator, but what this app basically does is teach you about locations and places in the world. And this is a very surreal experience. It feels like I'm standing in Rome right now. There's people walking around. Some people are looking at me, which is kind of rude. But yes, look, there's people walking by. And some of these objects are 3D in the environment as well. So as you see this table here where the paintbrushes and this obviously painting is 3D as well. Hence it feels like I'm able to walk around them if I want to. Let's take a look over here because the lady's asking me to.
Now, I'm going to draw the footprint of the ancient stadium over it. See how the piazza still follows the same shape of the racetrack?
Nice.
The layers of the Eternal City go deep. Let me show you just how deep. Watch this.
Whoa! Goodness me. Is nobody noticing this? Hello? The floor's just falling in. Is nobody noticing this, really? Hello? Hello, man.
Down there is where the Stadium of Domitian stood, 20 feet below us. At the peak of the Roman Empire, they hosted spectacular sporting events here. After Rome fell, the population plummeted from 1 million people to less than 20,000 during medieval times. Over the centuries, places like this got filled in with dirt and rubble. This is an awesome experience. Can we bring the floor back now, please? I feel like one of the tourists, one of the tourists will fall in. Yeah, careful. Watch it. Go ahead and look around. I'll point out a few of the highlights.
So this is one of the apps. If you press on the start button, we can go back to Cliff's house now, and there's my LOL text, and close off HoloTour. Let's take a look at a couple more apps. Let's go into all apps here. So this app is a 360 video player, as it says in the title. I can watch 360 videos with this app, and out of the box it comes with a few that you can check out. Let's take a look at the Build 2017 recap. So basically what this is a 360 video, 360 degree video in virtual reality here. So I can actually look around the entire environment like I was standing there, and it looks like it would expect. Now it's not as clear as real life, obviously, but it's still an immersive experience nonetheless, which looks pretty incredible. Oh, hello, this is I'm kind of scared of heights. Wow, careful. I don't want to fall. Oh. Whoa, slow down everybody. Watch it. Wow, everyone's coming in. Stampede! So yeah, this is a video player. Let's launch something else. Let's launch... There's another video here we can play with. Oh, this is weird. Oh, good lord. Oh! It's a show just for me. Thanks, girls and guys. Whoa, okay. Jump cuts. Jump cuts are a little bit off in virtual reality. They seem a bit odd. Whoa! Man, I feel really underdressed now. By underdressed, I mean it doesn't look like I exist in this world. Whoa! Hey, dude. There's more people. Hello. Where are we? I need to know. Oh, there's a road there. Okay, we're in civilization still. Cool. Stargazing's my favourite. Uh-oh, there's people dancing. Why? Why are there always people dancing? I just want to look in the sky. Oh, cool, a car. Oh, where are we? Where are you? Wow, this is awesome. Look at me hanging out with my friends around the fireplace. I'm gonna have a great night. This is awesome. Oh. Am I in an ad? Whoa, careful, dude. Don't fall. That would be terrible. How did the camera get down here before you did? Anyway, that's that app. That basically gives you a 360 tour of some videos that it comes with, which is very nice. So that's the experience with the sort of walking around, being able to stand up. Now let's switch over to the other experience where it expects you can't move around very much and see how that works. So what we're going to do in this demo is use the second option, which assumes that you cannot walk around in your environment. We need to center the headset much like we did in the first demo. And now we're ready to go. So once you've set up and got everything going, you can see I'm now sort of sitting down. I can look around here. I can't really walk around anywhere. I am sitting at a desk, so there is a mouse and keyboard in front of me. If I press the start button here, I can now use the mouse and select things, much like a normal PC. Now, of course, depending on how good you are at typing, the keyboard may or may not be useful to you. Since you can't actually see the keyboard in mixed reality, it may not be useful to you unless you can type without looking, which luckily I can. So what we're going to do, let's actually run downstairs here. Let's go down here. I'm using the right button on the mouse to jump around here. And let's open up Start, which is by pressing the Start button. And let's open up some apps. Actually, let's open up holograms. What we're going to do is we're going to set ourselves up a virtual desk in virtual reality. Since I'm sitting at a desk, I might as well feel like I'm sitting at that same desk. So let's grab, I don't know, this one. Let's resize it. So here's the desk I've put down. Let's put down some of the things to make it seem more homely. Let's put down this. Put down a vase there. Or let's put down a plant there. Let's put down, I don't know, let's put down a few pots. There we go. And let's close that out. And now what we can do is we can, start browsing the web or doing what we would normally be doing on a computer. So let's open up, let's put Word over, let's put Edge over there. Let's also open up the store. Put the store over there, for example. Let's bring up Groove music, actually. There's Groove. Groove's there. We can put Groove up there if we want to. And I can begin playing music. And that will play like that. You may not be able to hear that, but it is playing. We can go to a website. So let's type Windows Central. Let's look for, I don't know, let's look for an app. Spotify Music's nice. I won't install it though, since I don't need it. So yes, we're now using Windows 10 in a virtual environment with a mouse and keyboard, which, some people think is a terrible idea, but I'm using it just fine right now. So let me just organize my windows here. Let's resize this because I can't actually see it. Place it there like that. So I've got this open here. Let's open up this. I've got Groove open, I've got Edge open. Let's close Groove here and open something else. Let's go and open Word, why not? Let's begin. Oh, it's actually kind of close. There we go, let's put it over there. And here we are. I now have Word open. And since I know how to type, I can say, this is a test on the Word mobile app in virtual reality. So I'm not actually looking at the keyboard since I can't see it anyway, but I am able to type. Now, again, depending on the kind of person you are, you may or may not be able to do that. Some people, of course, will not be able to, and that's absolutely fine. So for those who may not be able to type in virtual reality, that's perfectly fine. This will more be for entertainment purposes for you. But if you can type and are able to use virtual reality in a productive way, this is actually pretty awesome. I've got a huge Word window open here, which looks really kind of insane. Let's actually bring it closer here on the desk. And I have Word sitting there like that. This looks very weird. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. There we go. I'm currently using Word in virtual reality. This is very silly, don't you think? I think so. Let's close you out. What we can also do here is we can open up our actual desktop in virtual reality. There's a desktop app, as you can see here. And what I can do now is pin my desktop to this virtual desk that I've got going on. And move it so it's sized correctly. And there we go. I am now using my PC in virtual reality, even though my monitor's right in front of me in real life. So look, I can actually see, you can actually see my setup here. I've got XSplit going. I've got my voice recorder going here. And I can open up other apps. Unfortunately, actually, let's try it. Let's open up you here. You can see that I'm now using this. I'm trying not to get it in the way of the virtual reality window, because otherwise it'll mess up the recording. But yes, look, I'm able to move this around and use my computer much like you would expect. This is fantastic. This is really kind of awesome. And again, I can now launch other apps and begin doing other work like that. We can open up the settings app here and look around in settings. There's a bunch of mixed reality options to choose from. Go in here and check out. You know, it's Windows 10. This is still Windows 10 after all. I can jump into any Windows 10 app. And notifications are supported. So if we go into notifications here, I can pop a notification. And as you'll see, that notification just sort of appears in my peripheral vision. So if I'm watching a video in virtual reality or playing a game in virtual reality, it's in my vision, but it's not obstructing. It's not obstructing anything. Let's do that again. And then if I want to select it, I just look down at it or select it, and that will open it up like that, which is really kind of nice. So there you have it, guys. That's a very quick look at the mixed reality experience coming in the full creators update. Thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.